Hello everyone, so this is Babidi and welcome to my channel, and this is my first voice over spiel build. I have a few spiel build loaded uploaded on my channel, but it's just like a short ones and no really voiceover. So this is my first ever voiceover video and I hope you will enjoy it. So Sims, I love Sims. Like ever since it came out, I think it started with Sims City and then it becomes Sims and Sims 2, Sims 3. I guess by this time you know how old I am. I was into gaming growing up, like, Nintendo playing all these Super Mario games and stuff like that. And then at some point I was crazy over Need for Speed, like I'm into racing, and then at some point I was into what's that online game? There's an online game out, a shooting game, like all the stuff, but life got busy. I got married and have two kids and have a family of my own. I went back to school and then now I'm working full time. So, I don't really get to sit down and play Sims. But Sims is just there in my computer. And once in a while, whenever I feel frustrated and I want to get that frustrations out, I would do it in Sims, like build my dream house or create the character that I would love to do, and create the story that I would like. So anyway, so this is a 30 by 20 lot in San Sequoia, and I'm just building a starter home. I'm kind of like trying to imagine that will be a home for a single mom who is struggling, and it kind of like remind me of um the movie that I saw on Netflix where she's a single mom and she was really struggling to um live and trying her best to give everything for her daughter who was sick, and then at some point it was just like one bad thing goes to another and it went on and on and on and on. It was like how things can get so bad this quickly, like, and I'm just kind of like imagining it at this build that I was making. It's just very small house, but I kind of like adjusted it a little bit because it's kind of like really small and I cannot really do much. And then this is also my first time trying to build with elevated lot, and I'm not really familiar with how to use the using this thing that you use to raise the lot. I cannot even find the words, but at the end of this video, I kind of like made it, you know, something nice for the single mom with her daughter to live with. And yeah, and I feel like as a first video, this is not the best thing for the first voiceover video, but I feel like this is something that is kind of like reasonable enough for a for first voiceover. I don't know if that makes sense. So anyway, I am no way an expert in building or doing, especially with this roof. I'm really struggling doing the roof. I don't know if you guys also struggling about doing the roof, but it's one thing that makes it easy is you can just like press a button and you just can just go lift the roof up and down. That's it. I wish it could be that easy to build a house as well when you're in a first world country. But anyway, so in this one, and I'm trying to figure out how can I put the roof and make it look nice, but somehow I kind of like just decided that I think this is kind of as you can see here, I'm really struggling what roof to put, and it's not really I'm not really good at it. I'm not a no way an expert, and I didn't even realize that the stair that I was trying to put was still there on the outside of the house. But so but like I said earlier, so this is not my first build video. I have a few that I have uploaded on my channel, and that's a very short one. and those were my save files videos, and those are the videos that some of the videos I've done very recently. And now that I get the time to spend playing the game, even if I'm working full time, it gives me the freedom to still play my favorite game. And this is nothing to really, it's nothing to, like, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but I would welcome some suggestions or constructive criticism. And I would love to hear from you guys what you can maybe build next time. And yeah, so welcome again, welcome to my channel, and I would love to hear from you guys what you can say about this build. It's not the best of the best, but I think it's not that bad. And I would definitely love to hear from you what you can say about this build. And I think as I go along, I would definitely love to make more build videos with voiceovers, and new to the not new to the Sims, but it seems like new to the gaming world, like sharing content, uploading it. It's not something that that really I'm going for, but I just want to share what I have built and be a part of the community, the Sims community, where content creators or all these people who share their builds would love to um, share their builds online or in the EH gallery. So anyway, if you want to download some of my builds, my EA ID is Bobbity_Sims, or you can follow on me on my Instagram and TikTok. I know that it's not like a gaming site, but if you want to see some pictures or short videos that I have made, it's up there. So you can go and check it out, guys. So anyway, um, if you like this video, please don't forget to click and share, and then you can maybe comment, and maybe you can um, give me some ideas on what I can build next time. That will be nice. I would love to hear from you guys. So I think I would like to let you know the rest. What I would like to let you watch the rest of the videos, and I hope you like it. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, and have a great one, guys. Have a good day.